Folks, we're going to jump right into it. This is an epic day on the lake, the first one this year, and it was unbelievable. This episode, we're going to talk about the secrets, the little bitty secrets that make it happen, and how to use your side imaging as you're sitting still on these points. Folks, epic day. Get prepared. A lot of fish go in the boat. Oh, coming at you, folks. Hey, I'm going to give you a rundown of this loop knot and this bait we're using, what we're doing here. So again, we're using the curly fry from Jinko Fishing. Check them out. We're making that a little shorter than we normally would right there. There's your bait, then your slasher head. This is obviously the yellow, fluorescent yellow, and we have a loop knot on there. I want you guys to check that out. See that loop knot? That loop knot allows that bait to swim horizontal or parallel to the ground. It looks more natural, so you definitely want to be using a loop knot. Let me show you how that's done with a loop. Okay, so a loop knot. Here's your bait here. You go ahead and you put your line through the hole there. Okay, there's a lot of ways to do this. There's not, a perfect way, or everybody's got their own different way. I take it right here. Okay, I have the end right there, and I just start swinging it around, usually 4 or 5 times, and then I take that slasher head. Here it is right here, and I put it right through that loop. So now I've got this big gob of stuff going on right here. Most people would wet it. I just tighten it up, and that is a loop knot. And there's a fish.
There's a loop knot right there.
So that's what you're looking for right there, folks. And again, it'll swim horizontal. It'll look more natural. And then, there's always a debate on which way the curly tail goes, but I prefer it to be swimming downward from the bait. So you see it down here. I want it to swing freely. I don't want it to ever come around and actually get hooked up on the hook itself. So we're using the Jinko Fishing, the curly fry 2.5 inch bluegrass. This is great bait right here. Just for giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and use a baby shad, a 3 inch. We're gonna see if something changes, if it's the action or not. So there's a 3 inch baby. So it's always fun when you're catching a ton of fish, because now you get to try out different baits and see what kind of actions actually trigger the bite. So in this situation, just trying out a different shape, actually going bigger to 3 inch, gonna see what kind of impact it makes. Baby shad on this green head. I'm not gonna shorten it up at all. We're just gonna see if it has an impact right there. Let's check it out. Maybe we can do this live too with no cuts. One cast. Coming in, Mark. Boom. So that was the second cast with that bait. So now we can identify that it's probably more of a color thing, or just there's eating, But good fish. So big fish, good sized fish anyway. That's a solid 11.5er, 12.5er, I would say, 12.5. Solid 12. That's a 12-inch fish. Didn't seem to bother him whatsoever. You could put that on a float if you wanted to really be consistent with the depth in which it's at, but right now it seems like they like a lot of action. They like it quick. It doesn't really matter. Great fish, folks. Let me show you what we got going on here. We've been out here for an hour. Having a ball. Having an absolute ball. There's one other boat over here you can see. Those guys are hammering it. They're doing great. And then my buddy Reno, he's right over here. He's trying to get in the action. I'm not sure why he hasn't come over here, but I'm sure he will. There's a hammer right there, folks. We just put it in the boat. I didn't have the camera on, unfortunately. That's 14 and a half. We've been talking about wanting to get into the 15s and 16s today. I'm gonna weigh this one just because one of my buddies, Kenner, he says, why don't you weigh some of those sometime? We're so used to just looking at the length. He's pretty light, 1.7. So that's still a hammer right there. Anybody's book, that's a big deal. So this day was epic. We just had a great time. We caught probably over 70 fish, only kept 46. And we just were having a ball. All we had to do was basically throw it up to the weeds, slow retrieval. You can see the speed in which we're bringing them back. And curly tails seemed to be really a hot number for us on this particular day.
Love crappie. Love me some crappie.
Oh, shoot. So if I arrive to a point first, I typically will go shallow and put my power poles down so I can utilize the LiveScope up front. But typically we stand one person in the front, one person in the back. I use LiveScope kind of scanning to the left or the right. Or even in front, especially if the power poles are down. Marcus usually will sit in the back. But I'll tell you, once we get that LiveScope on the back of the boat, it's going to be a game changer for us because we're again going to both be back there utilizing LiveScope.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
You gotta fish it. Look at that, man. That was nothing, dude. That was...
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed.
Just a good solid fish is what it is. This is a great experience, folks. Great experience. Darn near every cast up against this weed line, these fish are just sitting in there. First true winter experience we've had. It is a trip. We didn't know. Look at that. Every cast, dude. Yeah. Winter fishing can just be a ball. You're on too. Marcus is on. It's just like every cast. You find a hot point like this. We got Reno over there. Oh my goodness. That's a solid. That's what, let's see what that is. I'll measure that for you, folks. So those are 12-inch fish. The smalls coming out of here are 12-inch, which is really nice. Man, this is great fishing. Without a doubt, one of the best days. The first real true good day we actually have had out on winter fishing for this year, and it's early, so that makes it really exciting for the rest of the year. We use 6-pound line, folks. If you ask us, that's what we use, 6-pound. We use high vis also, and I'll tell you why. Because when we slow roll that jig back, we always have some slack in the line, and a lot of times you can just see that line jump, which determines, whether or not you've got a fish on or not. The other thing is we like to throw a 1/16 ounce jig head. That's what we are throwing, and it's always a single jig right now. Now, I would say that occasionally we might throw a double jig on there, but for the most part, it's always going to be a 1/16 ounce by itself, single loaded with a loop knot. They have fucking hammer. There's another one. Boy, that's a good kicker right there. Ooh, I like the feels of this one. Ooh, baby. Hey, also, folks, take the guesswork out of this whole entire process and just book a guide trip with 3-pound fishing. I'll tell you what, we'll get on some slabs. We're going to put a lot of fish in the boat, and it's just a ball to be out here. So book now, 618-694-5162, or you can email me at 3poundfishing@gmail.com. So what I did with that curly fry right here on Jinkos, I actually shortened it up. I wanted the bait to be smaller, so all I did was bite off the top, so you can see that curly fry is just a lot shorter. Kind of gets it down to the size that I want it to be, which is really nice. Smaller, but with a curly tail. I was using the tickle fry earlier, but I could tell you this bluegrass curly fry, or the curly tail action, it's a lot hotter. Seems to be doing the job. Look at that.
Which one is this?
That's the bluegrass curly fry.
I'm sold. Bluegrass curly fry.
Another thing that me and Marcus believe in is we use a 10-foot pole, folks. I'll tell you what, it gives us leverage. It allows us to pitch outside the boat anywhere between 30 feet. We can actually just pitch a jig really quick. We can also vertical jig really quick. A lot of times you'll see these schools running around the boat, and we can just drop it really quick with a 10-footer. Very simple. Love it. 10-footer in my book, the Pro Series from Ozark Rods, is the bomb, without a doubt.
That's a good looking live well. We should be keeping count. We're gonna hit a limit soon. Boy, this sucker's fighting. Oh yeah, boy, they are heavy.
He came back, got it. Hey, do the closing on this. Do the closing on this one. That's a good fish.
Another great day on 3 Pounds Boat. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe. 3 Pound Fishing.